everybody, and welcome back to the end of Kerbal Space Program, a series in which I endeavor to find the endgame in KSP. As per usual, we are in CCAN adding a mod. This week's mod will be Stage Recovery. No, we don't want toolbar. So it looks like we have a new icon that you can't see because it's behind me. It's there. Stage Recovery. Mod enabled. Modifier 100%. Variable rate. Low cutoff velocity. High cutoff velocity. So low cutoff 3 meters per second, and then high cutoff 15. If I understand what that means, right? But low cutoff would be like 3 meters per second would be the bottom, and the max recovered if it's under 3 meters per second, and then not recovered after 15, which should actually be a bit higher because Kerbal Crash System, we've landed things above 16 meters per second on the moon, something like that, and still survived. Recover science, recover Kerbals, failure message, success message, try powered recovery, recover clamps, tie into upgrades, not sure what that means. You'll use toolbar mod, edit ignore list, ignore fairing, escape system, flag, and potato. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's see, what contracts do we have? Test Sepratron, orbiting Kerbin. Yeah, we'll take that. Kerbin orbit 260, 270. That's a little bit high. But yeah, it's fine. Science data from space around Kerbin. Transmitter recover science data from space around Kerbin. That's pretty easy. Also, it doesn't give you very much, but sure, we'll take that. Polar orbit of the Mun. Oh, another one? No. Well, we probably take that because we are going back to the Mun. Position satellite in equatorial orbit of Kerbin. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Definitely. Okay, position satellite in polar orbit of the Mun. That's 267, 255, 90 degrees. Build a new unmanned probe that has an antenna, can generate power, reach the designated polar orbit around the Mun within a reasonable deviation, maintain stability for 10 seconds. That's a really easy one that'll give us 82,000 funds and 10 reputation. Oh, 82 plus our advance of 32, so yeah, we'll take that. Explore Minmus. We'll do that next time, maybe. Okay, what do we have for science? We need dishes. So first I'm going to get the command pod. We have 312 science, so we can get 2. Wait, can we even get 2? We need 6. What? No. 8 science. 7.6 science. And then we can get dishes. Let's check and see if we can transmit data from... This is actually not Midlands. It needs to be renamed. Mun Science Outpost. So we have 121 data. That's researching. We have 4.8 science. And this isn't pointing at the sun. Alright, I'm going to time warp this and get some science from it and then transmit, assuming that we have an antenna on here. I thought I put one on, but I don't see one. Yes. 1 extra. Or 0.1 extra. Oh, I want the electric screwdriver. And the solar panel. Yeah, I'm going to go with the relay. Because we're going to get a bunch more science anyways. Okay, I don't think that there's anything... Yeah, it's just recovered and destroyed. So I believe it'll come up once we recover things in the notifications. That's how it works. But anyways, I've modified this a little bit for recovery. The main stage has a bunch of parachutes, and so did the outer stages. I added some boosters because I also added this solid so the core can boost back, because usually this whole thing can get into orbit with just that. And then there's a little bit over 20 tons underneath the payload, so we're going to go fulfill the contract for geostationary orbit first, and yeah, I'll see you up there. Okay, so this midsection, this giant tank here, we're going to leave in about a 180-ish orbit, in case we need to refuel something. And then this end part is going to go up into this orbit, and then that has everything for our relay network. And then this part actually has power and an antenna and a probe, so we can recover that as well. We have 13 things that were recovered. Debris, core stage. I wasn't expecting to get too much of that. Touchdown at 5.8 meters per second. But 2,000 is better than nothing. The 4 strap-on boosters were 83% each. So I got 13,000 back from them. And then those are the 8 solid rocket boosters that we used to get off the ground. So we'll go ahead and decouple. I think we'll just drop out of the sky, because we're just about over KSC right now. Alright, we're on the dark side, but I'm just completing the Separatron tests. That's these, and we need to stage them. There we go. We also, what we got? 56,000 funds for that. Nice. We also recovered that craft, 97.7%. That upper stage. Terminal velocity of 1. Maybe too many parachutes on that. Now to put this in its final orbit. This one. All right, that's that contract complete. 82,000 funds and 12 reputation. Fortunately, no science. All right, we have Kimini Kerman, who's a scientist, on the pad in Kerbal System Science Mining Moon Transfer Vehicle Mark III. And we are ready for launch. Okay, so after a short burn to capture with this extremely large second stage, I think I'm going to put it into that polar orbit that we need for our contract. All right, that's our contract. 82,000 funds, 10 reputation. And what else do we have? Stage destroyed. Oh, why was it destroyed? The stage burned up in the atmosphere, traveled at, whoa, okay. So no point in recovering that. But the terminal velocity would have been 4 if it landed. Let's see, what else do we have here? I believe those are the 4 that we recovered, 80% on each of those. A little bit farther this time, and 95 on the solids. All right, now it's time to transfer some Kerbals and get down to the surface of the moon. All right, I think this is one of those areas with a lot of biomes. Let's extend our landing gear, because we just passed over highlands, midlands, lowlands, and now we're in midland craters. And I think there's some special biome up in this ravine up here. It's flat enough, isn't it? Turn our lights on. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now time to get everyone out and set everything up. All right, we have 100% of the data from two of them, 125% from one. I'm assuming that's because we have the scientist. She was able to calibrate the passive seismic data. That's this one to 125%, but solar wind was only 75%, so we need another 15% from that one. We're going to go ahead and grab all of the data. Can we do that from here? Collect data. Okay, we got all of it. We're going to put that in the capsule, and that's going to do it for this episode. I'm probably going to pack this up after that last 15% and then move over to Canyons is right over there, and then probably Midland Craters over that way. Was it that way? I think it was that way. After that, before we go into orbit, hopefully we won't need refueling on the ground, but that's not out of the question. We do still have that thing in polar orbit that has plenty of fuel that we could probably bring down and land somewhere close, steal some fuel from it. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.